Hola, what's happening? No cap in my caption, got little baddies, just for the addies.
The ratchets love snow.
I just died on that. How is that?
I should have got my double chin under control.
Cut it out.
I have a buzz ball. How big the series? In my defense, I have none. You never leaving well enough alone. Fun if you would have been the one.
Cheers. Oh. 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 Oh.
I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces. Oh, hell, I even
Fuck with different races. Oh.
A scribe is a guy that thinks he's flying. It's also known as a always what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everybody doing? Are we ready for spring, guys? Because let me tell you, I feel like I've been hibernating. I've been a little bit just like wanting to snuggle up in my bed, depressed, just like I don't want to do anything because I just want to sleep until spring comes. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But I didn't forget, I really would love to do my February wrap up because I had a good reading month in February. And I also have the 23 classics that I want to read for 2023. As a matter of fact, I started listening to one already because I want to just listen to a bunch of books written by women authors or just about women's struggles and stuff this month because it is Women's History Month. Is that how we say it? Is it Women's History Month? So anyways, I have been listening to one of the books already, and it is Jane Eyre. I can tell I'm only on page, 100 and maybe 10. I can tell I'm going to love this book just as much. I don't know if just as much, but I really enjoyed Tipping the Velvet. That book was so good, and I can't wait to talk about it. But anyways, without further ado, let's talk about the 23 books that I want to read in 2023. And let's see if we can do this. Challenge accepted. The first book, and you guys have seen this again in my haul. You've seen a lot of these books. There's only a couple in here that I have that are probably new. But we're just going to go through them. And if you have any classics that you think that I should read that is not on this list, because I know there's tons and tons, just let me know. Let me know, and I'd be happy to pick them up. The first one is the good old Charlotte's Web. I saw this was a classic, so I went ahead and picked it up because I read this, I want to say, when I was like maybe in 3rd grade. Love this book. I really loved the Little House on the Prairie books as well. And I don't know. Babysitter's Club. Love those books as a kid. So anyways, I picked up Charlotte's Web. And I don't know what to tell you about this book. Let's see. Let's just know it's a cute story about Charlotte and some of these farm animals. That's all you need to know. The second book that I have that is a classic, or it said it was a classic, is Slaughterhouse-Five. And I can't say I'm excited to read it, but it seems like it would be a good book. The next book that I picked is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. And listen, I picked some of these thin ones, kind of cheating a little bit. But yes, I heard this was a good movie. People told me this is going to be a sad book. I'm excited to read it. Picked it up. Another one of these classics. I'm pretty sure it has to do with concentration camps. Pretty sure. All right. The next book that I picked is 100 Years of Solitude. I'm forgetting that you can kind of see them already. But this book, my aunt said, is one of her favorite books. So I'm super excited to read this book. I can't wait to get into it. I feel like I got a nice, good copy. So, and how much did I pay for this? Because I got this at a used bookstore. I paid $8.50 for this, which is not bad. It's a good condition book. So I'm excited to read this 100 Years of Solitude. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna read that book. All right, so the next book that I got is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I have not written any books by her, but I'm excited to read this book. It's a classic. No shade. All right, so the next book that I got, and I bought this fresh from Barnes & Nobles, is The Picture of Dorian Gray. And fun fact, these books that are like this are all about $9 to $10 in Barnes & Nobles. So not crazy expensive, but yeah, I'm actually really excited to read this book. So can't wait. The Picture of Dorian Gray. The next book that I got is the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave. Definitely excited to read this book. I just love to read about people's personal experiences because I always feel like we can learn something new. And yes, you can read that book. The next book that I'm not that excited to read, if I'm being completely honest, because it looks like it's going to be boring. It is A War and Peace. I will say my Audible subscription let me download this book for free. So I'm probably going to go back and forth just the same way with Jane Eyre, like reading and listening. But I can tell with Jane Eyre that that's a book that I want to read front to back. I can tell. I want to annotate. I can tell I want to highlight stuff. I can just tell. But yeah, this book I'm not that excited to read because it seems like it's going to be boring. But I picked it up. War and Peace. Old copy. The next book that I picked up it is A Pride and Prejudice. Again, this is another book that Audible gave me for free as a free download. So I might be able to listen to this too. Let me take out my little receipt here. Basura. And yes, it's a good copy. I don't know if I got this. No, I think I picked this up at the Saratoga Lyrical Ballad bookstore. I might have. Don't remember. Don't hold me to that. Oh, you can see the top of this one. It's another classic that I would like to read. I was going to read this for Black History Month, but I read a bunch of other books that I really enjoyed. So this I definitely will read sometime this year. And I did get this from the used bookstore. It is Passing. Excited to read that. The next book that I got, it is Jane Eyre. And let me tell you, she's a fierce one. She's a little strong-willed individual. There's a couple of times I just want to be like, girl, you just hard-headed. But I get it. And she's a vocal. I wish I was that vocal as a child. I would have never stood up for myself the way that Jane does. And so far, I feel like she's standing up for herself. And she feels like a character or person I'm really going to enjoy reading about. I said a character. All right. The next book that I got is James Baldwin, Go Tell It on the Mountain. I'm honestly really excited to read this book. I don't feel like I have to say much about it. James Baldwin. All right. Another classic. And if you think these are not classics, you let me know. But when I looked some of these books up, they said they were classics. So we're just going to go with it. The next book I picked up was The Grapes of Wrath. This is another book. For some reason, I'm just not that excited to read it. I feel like everybody talks about this book, but I have no idea what it's about. I'm honestly not going to read the synopsis. I'm going to go into a lot of these books just blind, read them, see what all the hype is about. And yeah, The Grapes of Wrath. And got this book as well. My little stack is getting high here. Let's see if I can do this. And look at my candle. Sunday morning. It's adorable. It's Sunday afternoon now, but whatever. The next book, I also got this on Audible. It is Anna Karenina. Am I saying that correctly? Karenina. She a thick one. She thickety thick. Like I'm trying to get thickety thick. I also got this, like I said, on Audible. So depending on how it is, I'll read this, go back and forth. We'll see. Mama might have to cheat a little bit because, I have a reading goal of 100 books this year. And I want to make it, even if I'm cheating a little bit. So, yeah. All right. So, the next book is Frankenstein. And they wouldn't give me this one for free on Audible. At least I don't think. I was trying to see if I had the, little dry mouth ring. But I got Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Can't believe I haven't read that yet, but I haven't. Fun facts about me, I was a high school dropout. So a lot of the stuff that people read in high school, I didn't. I was a teen mom that actually watched the teen mom shows. I was a teen mom with those teen moms for the most part. And yeah, so these classics over my head. I was thinking about different things. I was thinking about diapers and working and just all the other stuff. I was not thinking about reading in school, and yeah. All right. So we have some more books here. The next book is George Orwell's 1984. I swear I was calling this book like 1964 for the longest. I don't know why. Terrible. But I'm human, whatever. 1984. Ready to read this book. I think I want to read Animal Farm as well, but let's just stick to this one first. The next book that I got, and I really like this copy. It is The Great Gatsby. I just love the cover. I think it's so pretty. I hadn't seen this cover ever, and I saw this in the used bookstore, and yeah. The Great Gatsby. The next book that I want to read, I saw this movie when I was younger. Sometimes I look at old movies and I'm just like, Ma, what were you letting me watch? Okay? Well, anyway. Lolita, excuse me. Lolita is another book that I got. A little controversial. The cover is pretty. Excited to read this. So, yes. How many books is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. I'm doing it 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 so far. All right. If I chopped up that Spanish, I'm so sorry. I'm learning though. I'm trying to get fluent. All right. The next book that I got is Their Eyes Were Watching God. And can we just take a moment? Don't look at the nails, but take a moment. How beautiful is this cover? It's just so pretty. It's honestly so pretty. So pretty. So excited for that book. The next book that I got. I feel like I haven't taken a breath. If this is fast, I'm sorry. But it is The Nickel Boys. Now, I saw this book so many different times, so many different bookstores. The book is just staring at me. It's staring me down. I have to get it. So I picked it up. I don't think these books I've showed you guys. I don't know. Maybe the last one I did. We shall see. Oh, I have 3 more books. Sorry. The other one was just like a pretend book thing that I was holding my books on. Anyway, the next book that I got was Lord of the Flies. And why did I hear that if, I heard some books who were saying that if you're a guy and you read this book that you're probably like a little bit off in your head. I don't know. I think most of the books that we read, I think we're all a little bit off, okay? We need a little bit of help. But I got Lord of the Flies, and I think I've tried to read this book before, and I got through page 1, and I just couldn't do it. So we'll see. We shall see. Another book that I got, I was actually really excited to get. I got this way before BookTube, or I even knew anything about BookTube, but it is Uncle Tom's Cabin. I forgot what made me want to pick this book up. I think, let me just read it inside of here. It says, Kentucky farmer and slave owner Arthur Shelby runs into serious debt and decides to sell 2 of his slaves. Harry, the young son of his wife's maid, Eliza, and the devout and hardworking Uncle Tom, whose wife and children will remain with Shelby. So it's basically like kind of a true depiction of what slavery looked like in America. And it was a controversial book in the time that it was written. And I believe that is why I wanted to read this book. I don't remember exactly why I picked it up, but I do know it's a classic. And since I already had it, I was just like, we're going to add this bad boy to the list. Just like Lord of the Flies. I already had Lord of the Flies. But like I said, I couldn't get into it. And the next book that I have that I want to get me a better copy of, but I picked this up for $1. If you don't remember my old book hauls. And listen, guys, get ready. Get ready for some book hauls, because over here where I live in upstate New York now, they sell books for $1. Listen, everybody up here has they feel a little bit well off, so they can get rid of their books for $1. I can't do that, but I sure will buy them for $1. I'm not gonna give away my $30 book for $1, but I'll take it off their hands. If you guys know any books that I should read, that I should add on to this list at some point, yeah, just let me know. So far, I think that this is challenging enough, and I will let you guys know how it goes. So far, Jane Eyre, I love it. I do. And Tipping the Velvet. I can't wait to tell you guys about that book. I have an idea. I want to start a new thing. It's going to be called, if it goes well, Breakfast and a Book Review. I want to make you guys breakfast. Not make you guys breakfast. Make me breakfast. You guys can watch me eat the breakfast. You can have breakfast with me. Maybe make the same thing. And, I'll talk about a book review. Maybe talk about a book review. I'll talk about a book and review it. And you guys can join me if you would like. If not, then, I'll scrap that idea. But I am going to try it out. So look forward to that in the future. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you have stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate you so much. Hugs. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video, where I am going to wrap up February. We need to do that ASAP because we are into March. February is a short month, and then March is a long month. What's going on with that? All right, guys. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.